where Jeremy Barnum said, "Well, yeah, those guys that do the private, equity and loans, they're pretty smart guys." And Jimmy goes, "Yeah, but they're not all that smart."
And I love Jamie Dimon said, when you see one cockroach, there are probably more.
Oh, and that hit the mainstream media too. Everybody's talking about it because that means and Jamie Dimon's very well respected. He is very conservative. He's very cautious. But for him to say that was like, ooh, we need to be careful.
Well,
here.
and I just want to point out one more thing before we move on to Ferrari. I was reading earlier in the day, talking about these lending that is done to non-depository financial institutions. They're called NDFIs. This is mortgage companies, insurers, and private asset managers. I was blown away by this. But loans to NDFIs, I think because of the big push into private credit, have jumped by more than 50% year over year in 2025. So again, we're seeing in the public space, but we haven't gotten any news yet out of what's happening in the private market. And if things do start to slow or decline, I mean, you could be faced with some big, big issues in this private credit market.
And we were talking about the private equity, private credit. Is it a lack of liquidity, the high fees? But one thing we never mentioned, which you kind of realize now, is the lack of information of what's going on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you're hit with, well, how did they go bankrupt? How did they, Tricolor, how did that happen? Because you never get, like a public company, you get, this is going on and drives the stock down. But private companies, you never hear anything till like, yep, sorry, we're filing bankruptcy. Terrible. Again, if you don't know, you've not heard us for a while, we do never recommend investing in private equity, private real estate, or private debt.